So this video is going to be on situational awareness, and what we're looking at right here is the engagement play aid. So situational awareness in the game takes care of spotting and reacting. So there's no spotting phase since your units are always active and observing. So with situational awareness, it's abstracted to the point where you're not searching a specific area. You're not looking at where the tank commander is looking. The main thing you're concerned about where your essay is going to be the best is in the direction that your turret is pointing. So this is your essay arc here. Over here, this shows how far units can move based on their speed, 5, 10, 12, 15, 20, 30. The scale we're looking at playing here is 1 inch equals 25 meters. So situational awareness check. Place the center of the image over the unit with the arrow facing in the direction of the gun, not the hull. When you're tracing the line of sight, static units, you trace it from the front hull center, and if the unit's moving, you trace it to the 1 to 9 segment that it currently occupies. So here it tells you roll a d6, d6 minus 2, d6 plus 3, 2d6. So you can see if you get surprised on the flank and you roll a 6, it's going to take you 9 seconds just to be aware of that enemy that popped up here. And most likely, the only way you're going to know that he's there was when you have an AP round bouncing around the inside of your turret, doing a bunch of nasty things there. So it's always good to be unbuttoned as long as you can. This is where the T-34-76s are going to be at a disadvantage because when they're firing and engaged, they're going to be buttoned up. So here are some qualifiers here. Engaged non-open top vehicles, that's tanks and assault guns, are blind in their rear 180-degree arc. Okay. However, if they do get hit by a ricochet, then that has attracted the tank commander's attention, so he's going to be looking in this direction. So you're going to, he's basically going to be rolling the D6 minus 2, but without the periscope. Turret down and concealed static units cannot be spotted over 200 meters. That's generally going to be anti-tank guns. Infantry and gun crews under a suppression delay cannot react. They're too busy trying to keep alive. Buttoned up non-open top vehicles, no machine gun or main gun fire at ranges less than 25 meters and less than 50 in the rear 130 aspect. Only crew weapons and only when they're unbuttoned. So let's look at some of the modifiers to the die roll here, okay? So you've got reacting unit modifiers and threat unit modifiers. The way to speed up the game is if you're the reacting unit, you add these up. If you're the threat that he's reacting to, you add these up. It's going to quicken the game. So generally, not all of these are going to be pertinent. Generally, it's going to be crews. Most of the games that we play, we have veteran crews. The game is set up so modifiers for crew, if it's a veteran, there is no modifier. Moving units are +2 because it's going to take a little longer there. So open top gun crews and infantry use a D6 for everything. However, if they're suppressed, they roll an additional D6. If you're buttoned up, you roll an additional D6. 1 and 2 man turrets, the T-34-76 is a 2-man turret, so he's going to get a +3 even when he's unbuttoned. Static with the scissors binoculars, that's only German ones, and I think it's just generally the Stugs and tank destroyers. So you get in the 0 to 20 degree, the front aspect, you get an additional -2 because the scissors binocular has a 10 power lens. Threat modifiers, if the threat is firing, it's going to be easier to spot, except if it's German. Not a lot of people know this, but the Germans used flashless powder in addition to smokeless powder. So at longer ranges, they were very difficult to spot. Hold down, smaller target, so +5. Skylining, not hold down. This is when the entire unit is moving onto the top of a hill, so it's silhouetted against the sky, and it's going to be a lot easier to see. Marked target. A marked target is one that was concealed but is now spotted. And even though you've spotted it, you're going to be mostly firing at muzzle flashes. So that's where you get the +2, where it's going to be more difficult. Now, if you are within range of a concealed unit, that's less than 200 meters, it's an additional D6, so it's still going to be kind of hard to pick it out. This is key, holding the high ground. If you're 20 meters or above height advantage, any result that's greater than 0, the final engagement delay is 50% rounded up. So basically what happens is all over here. So this is folded in half. This is on the back to keep you from having to look up the rules. So what I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to let my wonderful AI agent go ahead and read this for you.
Mutual line of sight reactions to enemy threats. All units can pause the game at any time to react with a situational awareness check to new lows from movement, halting, turret traverse, pivoting, turning, a ricochet, or shooting not in their blind spot. Concealed units cannot be spotted. 200 m. Checking lows. Static unit. Measure from the front hull center, not the turret. Moving unit. Measure from the 1 to 9 segment the unit occupies for the current game turn. If the range is closing round down, 750 m equals 700 m. If static or opening round up, 750 m equals 800 m. Situational awareness check, time to react and issue an order. Use the engagement play aid and roll the number of D6s indicated and modifiers. A result equals 0, immediately issue a new move or engage order. A result 0 is an engagement delay for that many turns before issuing or changing an order. Record the act time when the unit will be able to issue an order.
So let's take a little closer look at that and see how that would work. So here on your game clock turn chart, at a game time of 3 minutes and 12 seconds, he did a situational awareness check, and it resulted in a 3-second delay. So you put your order marker 3 turns ahead with the delay side up. Now, when you get to this time, when you get to 3:15, then you're going to want to do your first shot. So you roll your on your first shot action timing. Let's say it's a 6. You go so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to fire right here. That's your first shot. So let's go back to the essay checks.
Engaged rear 180 degrees blind spot for tanks and assault guns. Non-open top vehicles engaged to shoot cannot react to threats in their rear 180 degrees blind spot without a radio warning. Exceptions: hold fire and track units do not have a blind spot. If hit by a ricochet in their blind spot, react immediately with a D6-2 situational awareness check, no periscope. Buttoned up non-open top vehicles, tanks, and assault guns. They are blind to infantry units, equals 25 m, and too close for vehicle machine gun or main gun firing because the weapons cannot depress enough. Unbuttoned crew can use small arms fire and grenades, no blind spot. Overwatch and target engagement. Overwatch, this is the default order. After a situational awareness check or engagement delay, if the target is in your gun 0 to 10 degrees arc, it is automatically engaged. Determine the first shot action timing and act time and record it. Target engagement. Get your gun on the target. Pause the game each turn to pivot, turn, or traverse the turret, not the same turn as pivoting or turning, or angle armor. Turrets only. Better armor protection. Better ricochet chance. Then determine the first shot action timing and record the act time.
So angling armor, that just means when you're engaging, you put your hull in the 20 to 60 degree arc and your gun pointing at them. So basically you have to turn or pivot and then traverse the turret. It's going to take a little bit longer, but the lateral angle increases your armor and it gives a better chance of a ricochet.
Movement, deceleration, halting, and halt fire. Place the unit on the 1 to 9 segment of the virtual movement marker matching the game time. Halt. Determine the deceleration time, 1 second per 10 kilometers per hour, and act time to halt and record it.
So let's see how that would work. So let's say you're at 315 and you're traveling at 25 kilometers per hour. So that's going to take you 3 turns. So you're going to put your delay here. And once you get the game time comes to 318, you remove the movement marker and you're halted, and then you're going to probably want to roll for your first shot action timing. So let's say it's going to take you 5 turns. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to fire at 23, and you would put your movement marker there. There you go.
Can turn to engage a new target. Tanks can angle armor, but not traverse the turret, react, or shoot. Halt fire. At halt, determine first shot action timing and act time and record it. Determining target aspects for hit location. Place the arrow in the direction the hull is facing, not the turret. The turret and hull may be facing different aspects when rolling for hit location. If it unclear which aspect, give the defender the advantage.
That's it for situational awareness. It replaces spotting and reactions. Place the engagement play aid over the unit and see what arc you're in, roll the dice, get the modifiers. If you don't have, if the result is less than or equal to 0, perfect situational awareness, you spotted them right away and you can move or engage to shoot. With an engagement delay, it's going to take a while. Delays are deadly. They're going to give the initiative to your enemy. So stay on button and be sure you're overwatching in the right areas. You have to pay attention to that.